Why did Jimin break his silence after days of speculation? What was so important that he couldn't be there for Jungkook's 28th birthday, a day that should have been one of the most memorable moments for the youngest member of BTS? And why did Jimin feel the need to thank Taehyung publicly in front of millions of fans? The truth is more shocking, more emotional, and more complicated than anyone imagined. For days, ARMY around the world has been buzzing with questions. Why didn't Jimin attend Jungkook's birthday party? Why was Taehyung the only member who showed up? Where were the other members of BTS? And what happened behind the scenes that caused this unexpected absence? Was this a sign of tension within the group, or something deeper that no one saw coming? Social media exploded with hashtags like #WhereIsJimin, #JungkookDeservesBetter, and #ThankYouTaehyung after fans noticed that only one member attended the celebration. Some fans even began creating theories, linking past interviews, schedules, and even subtle lyrics from BTS songs to this sudden and emotional moment. But now, after staying silent and letting speculation run wild, Jimin has finally spoken out. His statement not only answered the burning question, but also left fans in tears, feeling a mix of heartbreak, relief, and gratitude. In an exclusive live broadcast, Jimin revealed the truth about why he couldn't attend Jungkook's birthday party, what really happened that day, and why he feels indebted to Taehyung for stepping in when the rest of the members couldn't make it. And the most shocking part, Jimin's confession wasn't just about a scheduling conflict. It was about something much deeper, something personal, something that made even the strongest ARMY members cry as they listened. The night that changed everything for ARMY. September 1st was supposed to be a night full of joy, laughter, and memories, a night when Jungkook, the golden magne of BTS, celebrated his 28th birthday surrounded by the people he loved most. But when the live stream started and fans noticed something strange, only Taehyung was there. Questions began flooding social media. Where was Jimin? Where was RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, and even Jungkook's closest friends in the industry? Why was Jungkook looking both happy and sad at the same time? As the camera showed Jungkook smiling softly while blowing out the candles, ARMY could feel something was missing. The empty chairs in the background spoke louder than words. Jungkook thanked Taehyung warmly for coming, and fans couldn't help but notice how much that simple thank you meant to him. But the silence about the others' absence was deafening. Rumors began to swirl. Was there a fight? Was Jimin upset about something? Was Jungkook disappointed in his Hyungs? Was BTS drifting apart? Some fans even speculated that there was a hidden feud between Jimin and Jungkook because of how close they once were compared to now. Others pointed out how Taehyung seemed unusually protective of Jungkook during the live stream, almost as if he knew Jungkook was hurting inside. Jimin breaks his silence, and ARMY is not ready for this finally. On September 7th, Jimin went live to explain everything. His face was calm, but his voice trembled slightly as he began to speak. "I know many of you have been wondering why I wasn't there for Jungkook's birthday," he said softly. "And I think you deserve to know the truth. I couldn't say anything earlier because I didn't want to ruin that special day for him, but now I think it's time to share." What Jimin revealed next stunned everyone. He admitted that he had another agenda he couldn't cancel, something extremely important that he had been planning for months. Fans leaned in, expecting a schedule-related reason, maybe a family emergency or a solo project. But Jimin didn't stop there. His eyes grew emotional as he continued. "I want to apologize to Jungkook because I really wanted to be there. It wasn't just a birthday for him, it was a milestone. But I had something that I couldn't avoid, something I had promised to someone very important. It wasn't about work, it wasn't about fame, it was something personal." The moment those words left his mouth, fans went wild. What personal matter could be so important that it kept Jimin away from his best friend's birthday? Was it a family crisis? Was it health-related? Or something completely unexpected? Jimin didn't reveal all the details yet, but what he did next melted every ARMY's heart. He looked directly into the camera and said, "I want to thank Taehyung, because he was there for Jungkook when the rest of us couldn't be. He was the only one who showed up, and I'll never forget that. Thank you, Taehyung, for being the brother we all needed that day." This moment immediately went viral. Fans couldn't stop talking about the emotional weight behind Jimin's words. The fact that he publicly thanked Taehyung showed that there was no feud, no bitterness, only guilt, love, and gratitude. But the question remains, what was this personal matter that Jimin couldn't avoid? Why couldn't he tell Jungkook beforehand? And how did Jungkook really feel about all of this? When Jimin's voice trembled during the live broadcast, ARMY knew that this wasn't going to be an ordinary explanation. It wasn't just about a simple scheduling conflict. It was something more, something that even Jimin himself seemed hesitant to reveal fully. His eyes were glassy, his lips pressed together as if holding back words he wasn't ready to let out. The air felt heavy, even through the screen, as millions of fans tuned in, waiting for answers. It wasn't about work, and it wasn't about the group, Jimin repeated softly, almost like he was trying to convince himself as much as the fans. What did that mean? Fans immediately flooded the chat with questions. Was it family? Jimin, are you okay? Does Jungkook know the truth? But Jimin didn't answer those yet. Instead, he took a deep breath and continued. I had promised someone very important that I would be there for them. It was something I couldn't back out of, no matter how much I wanted to be with Jungkook that night. I can't explain everything right now, but please understand. It wasn't because I didn't care. It was because sometimes life puts you in situations where no choice feels right. The silence after those words was deafening. Even the comment section slowed down for a moment, as if ARMY collectively held their breath, trying to process what Jimin had just confessed. Who was this someone important? Why did this promise matter so much that it kept him away from Jungkook's birthday, a day that ARMY knew meant everything to the Golden Magne? The explosion on social media. ARMY takes sides. The internet erupted within minutes. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all flooded with clips from Jimin's live. The hashtags began trending worldwide. Hashtag Jimin explains, hashtag thank you Taehyung, hashtag we understand Jimin, and even hashtag what is the promise. Some fans defended Jimin instantly, saying, life happens. We can't expect them to drop everything just for a party. Others, however, felt conflicted. If it was that important, why didn't Jungkook know beforehand? He looked so sad that night. And then, there were those who turned their attention to Taehyung, praising him for being there when nobody else could. One tweet that went viral read, when everyone else couldn't make it, Taehyung showed up for Jungkook. That's real friendship. But amid all the chaos, one thing became clear. ARMY wasn't angry. They were emotional. They were hurt because Jungkook seemed hurt, and they were worried because Jimin's tone hinted at something serious. What could be so big, so personal, that Jimin would choose silence over celebration? Inside Jungkook's silent reaction, was he disappointed? The birthday live stream told its own story. Jungkook smiled, laughed with Taehyung, even sang a little for the fans. But eagle-eyed ARMY noticed moments where his expression changed. His eyes lingered on the empty chairs a little too long. His laugh sounded a little too forced at times. Was it just fans overanalyzing, or was Jungkook genuinely feeling something deeper that night? Hours after the live stream, Jungkook posted on Weverse. It was a short message. Thank you everyone for the wishes. And thank you team for coming. I'll never forget this day. That was it. Simple, polite, but some fans felt the unspoken words behind it. No mention of the others.
No emojis.
Just gratitude, and perhaps a hint of disappointment. Then came the shocking part. Jungkook went live at 2 a.m., alone in his studio, and started singing ballads. Songs about longing, songs about waiting, songs about missing someone. ARMY immediately linked this to Jimin's absence. Was this his way of expressing how he really felt? Or was it just coincidence? The mystery deepened. Jimin's emotional thank you to Taehyung back on his live. Jimin's voice grew softer as he spoke about Taehyung. I really want to thank Taehyung, he said, his lips curling into a faint smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. He didn't have to, but he wanted to see Jungkook, and that means a lot to me and to Jungkook. Sometimes, just being there makes all the difference.